Hi everyone, my name is Lydia and this is what I wish they had taught me about econometrics and introduction. In this video, we're going to talk about the CEF and causality. Most of the times in econometrics, you will probably have heard either your lecturer or class teacher telling you that causality does not equal correlation and vice versa. But does the CEF talk to us about causality? The CEF tells us how the y moves with the x on average. However, it does not tell us why. So far, we've been writing about the CEF is the expectation of y on x. This will only describe patterns, but not causes. Think about the typical exercise we've been talking about so far, education and earnings. The CEF might show you that indeed people that have more schooling years earn more. But that could be because of ability, that could be because of family background or motivation. So things correlated with both education and income. And the CEF doesn't know which part of that pattern is truly causal. So this is where research steps in. This is why we have randomization, we have instruments and other types of estimations like difference and differences. So these are the tools that allow you to isolate the causal CEF. So what happens, so in order to I'm just going to write that down. So if we want to isolate the causal CEFs, meaning what happens to y when we change x holding everything else constant. And to many of you, the sentence that I just wrote here will sound very familiar because this is also the kind of interpretation that you have used in other regression estimations for the OLS, for instance. And this is something that we will constantly use in future videos as well, because what we are trying to do is to really isolate the causal effect. Which is not always very clear. So keep in mind, the CEF is just the starting point, but identifying or in an identification process is what turns any description into an actual explanation of like some sort of causality. So the CEF tells the story, and causality checks if it's true. And this is in the Angrist and Pischke book. So in case you are following that book, this is the reason why they're saying that. Hope this was helpful, and I'll see you in the next video.